Good morning and happy Halloween. Rose Ward, stampersdelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. I'm a couple minutes early. Sorry about that. So if you like that mug, I have my Stamp Buyer Club mug and t-shirt or sweatshirt today. Go to stampersdelightshop.com where you can find more stamping apparel, including Fueled by Coffee and Creativity. I'm going to take off my mask because I need to put my glasses on. Hop on, say hi, let me know where you're watching from, and if this is your first time watching. Also, a couple of reminders. Today is the last day to sign up for my Hobby Haven online class for November. This suite is available starting November 4th, and this is the suite we'll be using for that class. Also, I want to remind everybody, Donna Gray and I still have the Basics of Card Making going on. That's a Facebook group, and we do a couple of videos a month. We pick a basic technique to do, and whether you're a seasoned stamper or just starting out, it's a great thing to try out. All the links will be below. Also, I just want to remind everybody, let me flip this, that today is also the last day to grab that great starter kit. You definitely want to check that out. If you've ever thought about joining the Stampin' Up! Community and my team, now's the best time to do it. There's 2 different sign-up kits, and you can read all about that. I've been posting that all month. So, hello, Alexina and Jennifer, Carol Ann. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, I know it's been a while. It's been a minute since I've been live. Oh, I had to have some more coffee. Just life gets in the way of everything. This is why you definitely want to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook, because excuse me, a lot of times I do pop-up videos or lives, and you will be notified when I do that. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to leave me a comment and give me a thumbs up. Oh, Jennifer, happy birthday. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to get started. We're using today the North Pole Delivery Suite, and that's page 28 and 29. I love the suite, but sometimes I have a little creative block, and I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this. And then once I started playing with it, all the ideas came. So this is the suite we'll be using today. So let me show you a couple of things that I did with this first. So there's the stamp set, and then I realized I really didn't use a lot of the stamps other than the sentiments, because this suite comes with so many die cuts already done for you. It also comes with this cute little envelope die, I would call it. So what I did with that, let me show you. I cut it out, and I left one side open so that I could add treats in there, because the front of it I closed up with a wobble. This would make great Halloween treats if you have time to make them before your trick-or-treaters come, or Christmas little gifts for teachers or friends of your kids or you, just little treats. So those are with the wobbles, which I get on Amazon. Again, I didn't close up the whole thing. I left one side open so they could get the candies out. I'll have still shots on my blog later. I also played around with it. The ribbon is fluffy white ribbon. I love it, but it's a little thick for me to use for bows. Great for tying packages, though. And what I did was I just cut this part out and made a Christmas tag. And on the back, I used the To and From the Magic and Hope set. So cute, right? Little tag. The next thing I did, and this will be available November 4th. This is the online exclusives, and it's called On Display. So you can see that it has dies. This is the new packaging, by the way. Oh, Yvette, you finally made a live. Yes, you did. Thank you, Stacy. Yes, definitely share my videos. So this suite has a lot of little stamps to it and dies. And it's like a, let me just show you. Lots of dies. This is like a bookcase. And then you can stamp and put the little elements in there. But what I did, let me just take this out so I can explain it to you. I used this die and I cut it out. And then I popped in all those little elements already done for me. I did cut off, just so you know, this little edge here. So instead of making it look like a bookcase, it looks more like a window frame. And then I just added all those cute little elements from the North Pole delivery suite. So that was another little card I did with it. I'll put this one away. I'll be doing more with this displays set in upcoming videos. Let me move these away. You know I'm gonna lose things anyway, so let's move this out of the way. Another cute little card. This was actually the first card I did when I was having a little creative block. And I just added a lot of those little elements on top of each other. Special delivery. Quick, easy card. Sometimes what I do is I just lay everything out and then I start with the easiest design just to get me going and my creative juices flowing. So that's another one. And then here's another one that I did using that designer series paper, the wobbles, so that these are interactive. So those are the other things that I did with this. And again, had a little creative block in the beginning, but I think I found my way. All right, so let's get into a fun fold. Now the PDF will be available on my newsletter later today. Seems like Fridays have gotten really busy for me. I have an appointment for my mother, so I'm going to take a piece of Poppy Parade, and I'm going to cut that down to 4 1/4. And that's already 5 1/2. I'm going to bring in a piece of designer series paper. And if you're using a piece of designer series paper like this, it doesn't matter the way you cut it, but it does matter for this one. So I'm going to go in, and I have other samples for this. And let me just move this down a little bit so you can see the whole thing here. A little bit more. Move that up a little bit. There we go. I am going to cut this at 5 1/4. Making sure, hopefully, I have it going the way I want it, which is this way. This is actually going to be the inside. So I am going to then swing that arm out, and I am going to go at 10 inches. Nope. Let me do it this way. I'm going to go at 10 inches, 8 inches, scoring it, and 4 inches. This might look a little familiar if you did this Stampin' Up! Online class with the traditions of Christmas. I just have a little spin on it. And then I am going to fold this. Like that. Okay, we're going to put that aside. we're going to take another piece of that Poppy Parade. Exactly. Yvette says she hates when she gets a creative block. She walks away for a while and it comes back. And it's true. I'm going to take this piece at 4 inches. Well, first I'm going to do 3 1/4 this way. And then I'll do it at 4 inches. Didn't matter, I guess, which way I did it. And I'll put that aside. I'm going to take another piece of designer series paper. And I think I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to cut that at 3 inches. Again, you'll have time to sign up for my newsletter and get this free PDF because I'll be updating that after my mother's appointment. And I'm going to go into 3 3/4. That's going to layer right on there. The cool thing about this is you can open it either way. So I'm going to open mine this way. But if I had it turned around, I could open it this way. But because of the way my pattern's going, I'm doing it this way. And again, I have different samples to show you. Good morning, Joyce. Oh, I love it when I have team members here. If you'd like to be a member of my team, don't forget to do that sign up today because that starter kit ends today. Boy, I'm tongue-tied this morning. I'm tired. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. And I'm going to lay that down right on top here. Just like that. I'm going to bring in these 2 pieces. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to layer that. I'm going to work with this piece first. So I've got all these cute little elements. And I'm going to pick out whatever ones I want to use. I think I'm going to use these. One more envelope. There we go. Okay. You love simple math fun fold, so do I. If you watch me, you know I'm not doing all those ones that have 15 million measurements. I just can't wrap my head around them. The easier, the better. I'm going to then make sure that's right side up. I'm going to take this cute little guy and I'm going to grab a little wobble. Now these I get on Amazon. These are the minis. And they do have an adhesive backing. Good morning, Barb. And I am going to just use my Take Your Pick tool to get that off. They're sticky. This is probably the hardest part, especially if you have nails. So again, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook. Sometimes I can't do a live. I do throw in, that sounds terrible, I throw in a video. And then I'm just going to take this one off. I don't think it really matters which way you use the wobble. Layer that. Come on. Right in the center of this little guy. And then I'm going to layer him right there. So there he wobbles. This is a great set for any animal lover. What I'm going to do now is I am going to layer that right on top of my card. So using my Stampin' Seal. I'm going to add that. I'm going to bring in a piece of white and maybe another piece of that Poppy Parade. I'm going to grab Special Delivery, the Poppy Parade. Oh, Margaret from North Carolina. I was down that way 2 weeks ago for my girls' trip. We actually went to Surfside and Myrtle Beach, but we went to North Carolina also. I'm going to snip that off. And then this is a scrap piece, so I'm just going to grab that. I think I'm going to use dimensionals here. I like pop-up cards. And yes, they may cost a little extra, but aren't the people that you send it to worth the extra postage? Or you could just put it on a gift. And here is my quick, easy fun fold. Now we're going to do the inside. So I am going to grab a piece of, let's see, I don't want to use white because this has a lot of different colors going on. Let me grab my basic beige, I think. I was going to use white, but I changed my mind. Or you could use very vanilla, but I'm going to use the basic beige. Normally I would cut the inside to 4 by 5 1/4, but I'm going to do that a little bit smaller this time. So I'm going to go with 3 3/4. Hi, Molly. Oh, another team member. And I'll go with 5 inches. Okay, so I have Special Delivery. We're going to use From the North Pole. Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes. And then I'll bring in one of those stamps here for the bottom. I'm going to layer that right in the center. I'm going to bring in the gems as soon as I find them. Here they are. The gems that go with that are called Dear Dots. I want something that's going to stand out, so I think I'll use the green. And I'm going to add one here. Maybe one there. And a little one right there. And there is that quick, easy, fun fold. Now you can also add some elements here if you wanted to, which I might do. Let's play around here. Go add that little guy. What do you think? I don't know. It's kind of busy. Too busy for me. But I kind of like it. So maybe I will do this. See all these elements that you get? All the die cuts? Oh, yes, Stacy, definitely. So when you close it, you're going to see these other ones. Yep, I like that. So I'm going to add some of those. You don't have to if you don't want to. But I have them here, so I'm going to go with it. You know me, I change everything. I got everything set the way I want it, and then I change it change it up. And then maybe I'll add a couple of gems on the inside. Why not? And there it is. Now I'm thinking, okay, might want to change it up again. I'm going to take this stamp. Oh boy, I'm changing everything from the way I had planned it. Hi, Bernadine. Bernadine, I've been emailing you. I hope you got those emails. Let me know if you didn't. I'm just going to snip that off. I did it pretty straight. I'm going to bring in this piece. This was a leftover piece. I'm going to add that right there. And normally I would use my paper trimmer because I do not cut straight. Anybody else have problems cutting straight? And I'm going to take this one. Oh, you're making Halloween trees for your kiddos. Well, that sounds like fun, Molly. So now I have this special delivery, hoping this Christmas is the most magical yet. From the North Pole, Merry Christmas and happy wishes. I'm going to grab my envelope and a piece of that designer series paper. I don't know where this envelope came from. That's not the one I want. There we go. I'm going to use a very vanilla. I have a lot of those left. I'm going to use the designer series paper this way. Oh, I'm so happy. There's so many people that can't cut straight. I can't even cut straight when I'm doing this. So if you think you can't be a paper crafter, listen to us. You can. Anybody can. I am then. Oh, you know what I wanted to use? I wanted to use those cute little paw prints. So I'm going to bring in my pecan pie. Look how cute. I'll grab this. And I guess I'll use the cat again. I'm going to put that right there. And there. Oh, thank you, Barb. And there you have a cute Christmas card for the animal lover in your life. And how easy was that fun fold? So easy, right? Let me show you some other samples. This one goes the opposite way. And these, you have some upside down. So there's a couple that aren't. So this pattern you can use either way. And there I have this one. So again, it's going the opposite way. Another one I have is this one right here. Now I did use the ribbon there, but I didn't, I just laid it down flat. Again, you know, I tell you like it is. I didn't care for it to tie in a bow because it was too thick, but I would use it for a present because it's a good good thickness for that. And then here is, of course, the wobble. And this one opens this way also. Now, I got the idea, and let me show you this, from Stampin' Up! Now has online classes that they are doing, not to be confused with my online classes. And for October, it was Traditions of Christmas, and that's exactly the one I used for my online class. And we did this with their class, so you can get the products through me, sign up through Stampin' Up! For the class. And this is the card that they did. Now, the difference is I cut the designer series paper down. This was 5.5, but I did it by 5.25 because I wanted to have a backing to it that gave it a little more stability. So this is where I got the idea from. And they do have a new one coming up. I forgot the name of it. So you're going to want to check that out. Their online classes are different than mine. You can sign up just for the class. You don't need to buy the product. You sign up for the class through them, or through me through them. And then you can buy the products from me. And again, I just changed mine up by adding that background, or that piece.